This is the BRM second video, first chapter. So let's continue with the next topic, that is research approaches. There are two types of research approach, that is inductive and deductive. Inductive is also known as bottom-up approach. Deductive is also known as top-down approach. Let's see in detail. Inductive research approach, as you can observe in the chart, inductive research approach is nothing but when you conduct a study for a smaller group of people or a small study, and again you're moving upward by drawing a pattern, frame a hypothesis and generalize it and state it as a theory. For example, if you're conducting a study on the bank customer's opinion towards e-banking services, you're just knowing the bank customer's opinion towards e-banking services. For this, you're going to select a sample size of maybe from 100 bank customer or 500 or 1000 or 2000 bank customers. So after you conduct a study, after you collect the data from them, the opinion which these people gave, you will generalize it and tell it as all the bank customers' opinion is same. That is, you are conducting a study for a smaller size, but you are generalizing and saying it as a theory that everybody's feeling is the same or everybody's opinion is the same. So that is how you're moving from a smaller observation to a higher theory or a generalized concept. That's why it's called as bottom-up approach, or it's also known as inductive research approach. While you conducted research, as just now we told, we have two approaches. One is inductive and the other one is deductive. So quite opposite to inductive is deductive approach. That is, you can see the arrow mark in the deductive research approach, where first the theory is there. From the theory, then you frame a hypothesis, then you conducted research and you observe for a smaller study and you confirm it. For example, well, let us make it very simple. So you're a commerce student. We have a Bangalore University. Under Bangalore University for MCOM, we have three categories of specialization, that is accounts and taxation specialization, finance specialization and banking specialization. So you belong to a commerce student and you are studying under Bangalore affiliated college. So you also come under this category. So theory here is the Bangalore University has three specialization. So you frame a hypothesis, you conduct a study for a smaller group, that is a St. Claret College MCOM. So this is an affiliated to Bangalore University and you're reconfirming that yes, we also come under the same category, that is a bigger theory coming into a smaller one. That's why it's called as top-down approach and it's also known as deductive approach. So let's move on with the next topic, that is purpose or aims or objectives of research. So let's see why we conducted research. So the main purpose of conducting a research is nothing but in order to know something new or to enhance your knowledge or to find out a solution for a problem. Let's be more specific. The main purpose of conducting a research is to discover the answers for the questions which is not known through a scientific process, and to find out the truth which has been hidden and which is not discovered by any one of others yet. And also, in order to enhance the systematic knowledge or to frame a basic theories, we conduct a research. And also, we conducted research in order to know the interrelationship between two variables. We say it as there are two types of variables, that is, one is independent variable, the other one is independent variable. For example, you are conducting a research in order to know the consumer behavior or the purchase pattern or consumer behavior of people towards, let's say, FMCG products. Okay, so how we can measure, through what factors we can measure? Suppose consumer behavior, it all obviously based on price and it's also obviously based on quality, and let's say another factor as income. Okay, in other words, if price changes, consumer behavior changes. If quality of the product change, consumer behavior also change. If income of the people change, the consumer behavior changes. So here the consumer behavior is dependent on all these factors. That's why consumer behavior is a dependent variable and all other factors are known as independent variables. So in order to analyze the relationship between these two also, we conduct a research. These are the main aim or purpose of why we conduct a research. Apart from these things, there are other objectives of conducting a research. Let's say like we wanted to know in the world which we are living in, we wanted to analyze the social life, understand the social life, and also to measure the social behavior which is surrounding us. We want to measure the human behavior which is surrounding us. That's why we conduct a research. And also in order to provide a education platform for the people and to research scholars to enhance their skills, also we conduct a research. In shortened manner, I can say that why we conduct a research: in order to solve a problem, in order to discover the answer to the questions, to make a in-depth study to know about the truth which is not being found out or discovered by anyone else, and also to frame the theories and to enhance your knowledge to find out the relationship between two variables. We conduct a research. So let's stop the video by here. So next topic, that is types of research, will be explained in the next video.